Hello and welcome to the Bodyweight Fitness recommended routine. This is an exercise program that will help strengthen your entire body in a balanced, progressive manner using minimal equipment. I'm creating this video to help anybody new to the program understand the overall structure of it in just a few minutes. First, we'll go over the concept of progression exercises. Any good bodyweight fitness routine will utilize progression exercises. Okay, be skeptical of any program that doesn't. This is how you can make any exercise easier or harder. So for example, if you can't do a push-up, you would do an incline push-up. An incline push-up is a push-up with your hands elevated like on a table so that you can make the exercise easier. When you could do push-ups at that level, you lower the incline until you could eventually do them on the floor. When you could do push-ups on the floor, the goal doesn't become to do 100 push-ups. The goal becomes to do 3 sets of, let's say, 8 reps of those push-ups, and then move on to harder push-ups. And you'll continually get stronger this way. Now I'm going to talk about the overall structure of the routine. There's 3 major parts to it: the warm-up, skill work, and strength work. In the beginning, we start with a full body warm-up that focuses on the wrists, shoulders, spine, and just gets you ready to working out. My buddy Aaron and I have created a follow-along routine for this entire sequence. If you have a light resistance band, you'll be able to do everything in there. Now, moving on, after you finish that dynamic warm-up, we do 5 body line drills together, which includes plank, side plank, reverse plank, the hollow hold, and the arch hold. I created a follow-along video for this as well, and the goal is to hold each of those exercises for 60 seconds. If you can't hold it for 60 seconds, it's okay. Just do your best, and with every workout, every session, you'll improve upon that a little bit. So when you are done with the warm-up, we move on to the skill work section. Skill work is basically just exercises that focus more on quality over quantity, okay? So rather than focusing on sets and reps, simply set a countdown timer for like 5 to 10 minutes and start working on the 2 things in the skill work, which include support hold and handstands. Now at this point you might say handstands are scary or handstands are hard, I can't do handstands. Well, there are prerequisites and progression exercises for all of these. So for the handstand section, if you cannot hold a plank position for at least 30 seconds or more, skip handstands completely until you have a very strong plank, okay? But if you could do that, then you begin with a wall plank where you just put your feet up on the wall and hold a nice straight line while you're pushing your shoulders up, shrugging them up toward your ears, okay? So when you want to come down, you just put your foot down. And as you become more comfortable with that, you simply walk your hands closer to the wall, okay? For the support hold, it's very simple. You just have to hold yourself up on 2 parallel bars or 2 chairs or the corner of a kitchen counter and focus on pushing the shoulders down away from the ears. Eventually, you'll move on to the progression which requires you to do a support hold on the rings, which is very humbling and fun. Now, after you're done working on the support hold and the handstand, we begin with the strength work. The strength work is what helps us to become very strong. And there are 6 exercises, and all of them have their own built-in progression exercises. So for this video, we're going to be focusing on only 4 of them, and you'll know why in a minute. These exercises are supposed to be done in pairs to save time. So let's start with the first pair, push-ups and rows. These will be done together. So the breakdown for push-ups goes something like this: wall push-ups, incline push-ups, where you lower the incline over time until you could do push-ups on the floor. Then, if you have a pair of rings, you move on to rings push-ups. If you don't have a pair of rings, you do what are known as pseudo-planche push-ups. Okay, so that was the list of the progression exercises for the push-ups. Now, the magic numbers that I want you to focus on are 3 sets of 8 reps. You're supposed to choose the progression exercise that you cannot do 3 sets of 8 reps of. Okay, but you could do at least a few reps. Okay, and build that up until you could do 3 sets of 8 reps, clean reps, and so that's the focus. Okay, for the rows, it's similar. We start with vertical rows and we lower the bar until we get toward horizontal rows. So how do you pair these? Well, basically you're gonna do 1 set of push-ups, rest 90 seconds, 1 set of rows, rest 90 seconds, and repeat that until you've done those push-ups and rows 3 times. And you're resting 1 or 2 minutes between each set, okay? The resting is very important so that you can have the strength necessary to complete those reps with proper form. This is not a circuit. After you're done with push-ups and rows, the second pair of exercises are L-sits and squats. Okay, the L-sit is a static exercise and it also has its own progressions. So if you can't hold one, don't worry. You'll be able to eventually. So in this scenario, I want you to choose a progression where you can hold that exercise for 3 sets of 10 seconds, okay? But not so easy that you could hold it for over 30 seconds or 60 seconds, okay? At the very end. And the goal of the squat progressions are to work your legs, of course. And if you have access to a barbell and a squat rack, we recommend that you do barbell squats as they are superior. But if you don't have a barbell, the progression for the squat goes from assisted squats to regular squats to step-ups to deep step-ups, okay? Where you increase the height over time. You do L-sits, rest 90 seconds, you do the squats, you rest 90 seconds, and you repeat those 3 times, okay? So after you do your push-ups, rows, L-sits, and squats, and you did 3 sets of those, you're pretty much done. You're done, okay? But you can also do pull-ups and dips if you could do 3 sets of 8 diamond push-ups, which will fulfill the prerequisite for the dips, and 3 sets of 8 reps of horizontal rows, which will fulfill the prerequisite for starting on pull-ups, okay? If you have those, then you add in the 3rd pair of pull-ups and dips. The whole program should take about an hour to an hour and a half, and it should be done 3 times a week. If you have any questions, just go on our Bodyweight Fitness on Reddit, and there is a daily discussion thread where you can ask any question. It doesn't matter what it is. There are no stupid questions. And just ask us on there and we'll do our best to help you. So I hope that helps you and have fun with that.